Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today morning call. Today, Monday, February 14, 2022, 5:22 a.m. in New York. Hope to find you all well, and hope that you also had a great weekend with some rest, some fun, and getting ready for another week. A week that starts with today, February 14, Valentine's Day. Hope that you have a nice Valentine's Day. So start looking for the pre-market action. We have overall around the world some follow through following the Friday breakdown, and we are going to see what were the levels that we broke down. We having finally some follow through. So at least we have a continuation, and honestly, this was the and hopefully it will keep this setup at the open. At least we break down on Friday. We have continuation. It will be very painful if we have a gap up. Because then it didn't make too much sense. Okay, after a big breakdown on Friday, at least we have a day two continuation. So now the big question is now what? But let's start with the big picture. Looking for the Europe is down 3% this morning. We have also Asia down. We have the US markets down, with Nasdaq keep going down more than 1%, and we have the Dow and the SP 500 between down 0.0809%. Volatility is spiking. So let's see how we go into the open. Looking for today's agenda. This week we will have lots of central bank talkers talking. Okay, so speakers. Today we have from Mr. Bullard once again that if you remember on Thursday, I said when Mr. Bullard talked, he basically killed the market, so it killed the momentum. We have a continuation on Friday where we break down important levels. We got very nice puts on Friday on small caps and also on Tesla, on Apple. So we continue to have some follow through for downside. And today we have once again Mr. Bullard speaking. We have ECB President Lagarde that is going to talk, and this week we will have lots of talks. We are also going to have on Wednesday the Fed meeting minutes. Okay, so FOMC minutes. So something that market usually can bring some volatility in the next couple of sessions. So looking for the chart and looking for Nasdaq. Nasdaq has been for now our one of the ways to measure the sentiment on the market, because it has been a barometer of the market. And when Nasdaq getting heavy, it's very hard for the market to have some kind of upside. And one of the yellow flags last week, it was basically making on Thursday making a lower high. Okay, and that was something that I said. For the bull case, we needed a high above this high. We had that on small caps, but one of the yellow flags that I highlighted was that on SP 500 and on Nasdaq, we were making a lower high. So that was a kind of a yellow flag. After Mr. Bullard comments, and I said Mr. Bullard killed the market, basically the market printed an ugly candle on Thursday, and on Friday, that's why we got some very nice puts on IWM. Those puts gone for more than 500%. The Tesla puts 870 gone for more than 1000%, so 10 bagger. For those that held, okay, I got my cash flow early in the morning and got out. Basically then for the day in around 1 hour. But as the session continues, those puts gone very, very nicely. And we also, and that's very important, we also on Friday break down below this support level here on these two levels of the support, big support here on Nasdaq. So the big question is, we are opening down, at least for now. Early in the morning we are down. The bull case, okay, needs a kind of red to green move and push back above this resistance line, okay? But that's something that I will be looking if we have that to happen. So my bull case situation, it will only happen if we go on Nasdaq above 14,300. Okay, if we see something like this, reversal buy and goes, then it's bullish for an oversold bounce. But let's not forget that since we break down here, okay, we have been riding below the 8 and 21 day moving average, and the trend continues down. Slopes pointing down, so and price below the moving average. So the trend for now, it's down. But we are on day 3. Yes, we can have continuation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. We can go all the way into day 5. So today 1, 2, 3. We are on day 3, but the rules say that, or actually my rules say that on the way you trim profits and start looking for a possible reversal buy. A reversal buy, once again, it will only happen above 14,300, so that's something that I'll be looking. But if we break down, okay, if we break down and stay below these morning lows, then we have the next big support line all the way below 14, okay, right now at 14,100, all below 14k, and retesting this support area, and from there we will reevaluate. For that, once again, we need to look for the leaders, and Apple right now is gapping down. It's at 166, okay, $166 area around here. I have a possible support here between 164, 165. So what I want to see after the market open is if Apple is going to hold 166 or if it fades below, if we can find an oversold bounce here from 164, 165. It's opening with a gap down, 168. Finally giving some follow through for downside. On Thursday, if you remember, I got some calls, lottery tickets that trying to look for a bounce, but we didn't have. I closed the calls. It was the wise thing to do. And on Friday, if you remember, out of the gate I got puts. Okay, those puts worked very well. Took some time, but for those that held for longer here during middle of the session, it break down and break down my support line. So keeping the bear case for now pretty much intact. So we know it very well the downside, and right now having a continuation. Now, what if you are holding shorts during the weekend? Trim some at 166 and look for possible support at 164, 164, and there we will reevaluate. When I'll be extremely bearish, if we break down below 164, then we can fall apart all below 160, going into 158, 157, we can go all the way back down. AMD, it was also one that breakdown. If you remember, after the earnings, I said to sell $130, okay, $130. To sell here, it gave an oversold bounce, it trapped some shorts here, but once again from 130 he gave a nice pullback, especially on Friday, big correction, pushing price back into 111. It filled this gap, but we have another gap to fill, okay? So below $111, I'll be looking for a possible gap to fill at 105.4, and the biggest support around $1, and from there we will reevaluate. So if you are short, trim your gains on the way, and look for a possible gap filling at 105. I would be trimming some here. If it breaks down, we can write some more for a gap fill at 105, and there I will trim most of the position and wait to see if we have a reversal buy, or if we continue to fade, you keep riding the moments and the shorts and trim profits on the way. Boeing, last week we have, actually last 2 weeks, we have very nice movers, okay? If you remember, 2 weeks ago we got on this Monday here, we got some nice calls. Also last week on Monday, we also get very nice calls. But one of the things that I said, it basically meet almost all my targets. I said first target 215, with 215, said second target 220, and second target 225. We missed 225, okay? It hit 223.2, but we coming from here, okay? From Monday below $200, below 209, all the way into more than $20 move. You trim profits, okay? Now what? Now I'll be looking for a possible pullback. Needs below 209, okay? Right now it's below 209, needs to hold below 209, and the first target, in my opinion, should be around $200 for a possible pullback. So that's something that I'll be looking if it's able to break down, or if it's able to hold here 209, some more consolidation before triggering the next leg. Cat also last week worked very nice for the upside. I set target 205, 206. It hit the target, faded from 206.75, and one of the things that I said last week, it was that fading below $200, looking for downside. Right now 195 bid at the pre-market. Let's see how it's going to open. We have a possible support at 104, 195, but big gap all the way into $200, big gap here for a possible consideration. So that's a name that I will also be looking. Coin, one of the trades from 2 weeks ago that we had very nice move here on Friday. 1 week ago, more than 1 week ago, we got nice calls. The idea was to fill the gap at 220. It did not fill the gap at 220. It hit 217, printed a reversal sell. On Friday, one of the things that I said was, after the reversal sell, you look for possible continuation. We had a breakdown on Friday, and right now we are gapping down at 191, 192. In my opinion, it has room to go all the way back into 180, but let's keep it on watch and see. But it has room to go all the way below 190, okay, below here. It has possible $10 downside in the next couple of sessions, so something that I will also be looking. Facebook, it's all over the place. Basically, they tried the bounce, but on Thursday it failed, reversal sell, and on Friday starts the breakdown. Right now, it's gapping down from Friday to 08, 217, okay, near 216. It's a name very, very tricky. So let's see where it's going to find buyers once again for another reversal buy. But for now, the trend is down, and so be very careful trying to catch the knife here. Intel, it's one of the names that I will be looking. It's near a possible breakdown, okay? And if it breaks down below 47, we have 46.3, but below that, in my opinion, can go all the way into $43, $44 area. So be very careful. If Intel break down, we can have a big downside move all the way into 43, 44. So careful. Small caps, they work very well. If you remember, I got puts on Wednesday. It was hard and I closed for small gains. And on Friday, we got back into puts 206, and though that level worked very well, those puts gone for more than 500% profits from $1 all the way into more than 6. Okay, so more than 500% profits from our entries all the way into the lows of the session. Now what? Now it's basically flat around $200. What I'll be looking here on IWM is if it's going to hold $200. If not, we have room all the way into 195, 196. That will be my support line, okay? If we hold $200, I will only be a little more bullish if it goes above 202, okay? Be above here, then I'll be a little bit more bullish, trying to hold here the 8 and 21 day moving average. But once again, same thing, since we break down here, we have been riding the bear case scenario in the last couple of sessions, so also be very careful trying to catch the knife here. JP Morgan, it gave a nice move last week for the upside. One of the things that I said on Thursday, it was on the way up, and here our calls were basically making 50%, I believe, profits at the time, and I said take profits on the way and be very careful because from one minute to the other we can have a pullback. Boom! It had a pullback, reversal sell on Thursday, and on Friday some nice continuation for downside, and right now at 151 gapping down from 152. It has room to go all the way into 148, 149, so will not catch the knife here, looking for some possible pullback, and from there we will reevaluate how the money will go into the financials. Microsoft, exactly the same thing. One of the things that I said, we tried several times the bounce, it failed, and we had the big level at $299, $300, and one of the things that I said was if it breaks below $299, watch out for $295 and $290. So we hit 295, actually even lower on Friday, 294, and right now we are at the next level around $290. Okay, so if you are short, I suggest that you trim some of your gains, see how it will handle this support line. But if we break down and resume down, watch out because we have room to go all the way below $280. So be very careful here, catching the knife also. From the cubes, we also break down on Friday. Okay, and we having a very nice downside follow through. So we had a big support. We break down below the support. Once the support is broken, it becomes a resistance, and you look for possible the next leg. Okay, next targets. So right now we are gapping now at 345. Okay, we are at 343. We have room to go all the way to 340. So what I'll be looking is after the market open is 343 holds and fill the gap at 345, and it holds 345. Or if we fail, we have the next support around $340. But don't forget that we still have room to go all the way into 334. So also be very careful here. Looking for the SPYs, exactly the same thing. Printed also a lower high, okay? Fill the gap, and on Friday it break down below 447. I said below 447, look for 443, 444. We actually gone even lower, below $440, and right now we are gapping a little bit below, right now at 437. We have lots of room for downside. We have an open gap at 438. So after the market open, I will see how it will end at 437, if it fills the gap and failed, or if it holds above 437, 438, sorry, looking for a possible retest here on the breakout at breakdown 443, 444. Tesla, it was the beauty on Friday. Okay, if you remember, on Friday we got puts on Tesla, puts 870, okay, and $3.50. Those gone for a 10 bagger, all the way into the close, $850. So those were a very, very nice profitable trade. So congratulations everyone that got into those puts. Now it's gapping down. It's at $840. It's gapping down $10. But it has lots of room for a downside. So I will be patient here, waiting to see. We have a mental level around $800. Okay. So we still have room right now at 840. I'll give some time here because yes, we have some room for downside. So right now 840, I will see if it bounces to fill the gap at 850. If it holds 850, it can reversal buy. But if it breaks down below 840, watch out because there's room to go all the way into $800. VXX, it's the other one that I'll be looking to break down on a breakout on Friday, and I'll be looking after the market open. If VXX remains elevated, it means that we can have some more selling pressure. But if VXX fades, okay, we can have an oversold bounce and gap filling this morning on the market. So that's pretty much what I'll be looking today. Finally, a continuation pattern. I'll be looking, I suggest that if you are short, trim some of the gains on those shorts, adjust your stops to cap your gains, and look how it will handle the open. If it will hold the lows and fills this morning gap, bouncing up to fill the gap, and from there we will reevaluate, or if it gaps and goes down, we have lots of room for downside. So be very careful catching the knife. It can be tricky, but we can also have an oversold bounce to fill this morning gap. At 9 a.m. We will have a more clear view when we start the live session. We are closer into the open of the day, so we will have a more clear view on the trading plan and how we will handle the open. Okay, so see you all at 9 a.m. and thank you all for watching.